Hey, good morning everybody. Welcome back to Sunshine Acres. I'm Jason here. We're up in the woodyard again, and today's project we're going to be working on building an actual proper lumber storage area. And I want this to be repeatable and make the same thing in multiple locations. Ideally, I would like 12 of these total, maybe even more down the road. But for now, we're going to try to get started with one so we avoid having this scenario here. This was the first attempt at stacking our lumber coming off the mill. I assume probably anybody who gets a sawmill probably goes through the same thing. You get excited to have it. You want to start milling logs right away, which I did. And here we go. Lots of issues going on here with what we got. It'll be fine. The intention is to use this for personal projects anyway. So for what we're doing, it's going to be fine. But moving forward, we want to continue to get better and make things proper and get the lumber more correct, and several things going on. You can almost see at the bottom here, I mean, those things are bowing already. We don't have the proper spacing of support at the bottom. So I think ultimately if we get this first one done, part of this pile may get relocated onto that. I mean, if it's bowed, we'll flip them, strap them down, try to get them working back in the proper direction. But yeah, we got a huge bow at the bottom. We don't have proper spacing on our stickers. Let me grab a tape measure quick. So as we're moving forward, what we're attempting to do is use like species for our stickers, 1 inch by 1 inch, and go at 18-inch spacing, which, I mean, obviously you can see here, we are way over that. I mean, instead of 18, we're at 37 here. So really, we need to double that amount of stickers and just get those properly supported at equal increments, and that'll help. But so the game plan here, and I've looked up many different ways to do this, but at the end of the day, you want your stack to be just nice, neat, organized, and consistent and uniform. So we're gonna get started with using railroad ties, which I was fortunate to get a bunch of earlier this year. Originally we had lined the driveway with it. Miss Karen and I didn't really like that, peeled them all off, so I've got a nice pile of those. We'll get up there in a minute, but railroad ties, they were 8 foot, 6 inches long each. And so we'll cut one in half and add it on to the end to be just over 13 feet. What the stack that we're going for, the size is, we want to be 12'6" long, 4 feet wide, and approximately 4 feet tall. I need to double check on the height on that, but that's what we want to keep that uniform. If we get the kiln that we're looking at, that's the volume of space that easily goes in there. So we want to start with a big foundation of railroad ties, make that size of a stack, and then make it easy to access with a skid loader. Be able to go up with the forks, pick up the entire thing, put it in the kiln, and avoid handling with our bare hands multiple times. And that's the game plan. So we're gonna get started. We got to use a bunch of different equipment and tools today, and I really am not confident that this is going to get done today. So it'll probably extend into a few, and we got rain coming tomorrow. And we're right in the middle of the holidays now. There's all kinds of stuff going on. So is what it is. We're gonna get started. And and then to cover it up on top, in lieu of having this tarp, worked okay. And then you've seen some of our other wood storage. We've got some metal panels just loosely laid over it with dunnage on top of it. That's fine, it's been working, but I did purchase several white metal panels that are all the same color, so it should look nice. I'd like to build a nice roof structure to go over top of those with a pallet fastened underneath. So again, we can grab it with a skid steer. As this pile grows, it may only be 2 feet tall, no problem. Put a roof structure on it. We go to mill more lumber of that same type, pull the roof off, stack, and repeat. So just trying to get some consistency around here. And all right, enough of me rambling. Let's get going. Come along. So the first thing we want to do is get our site selection done. So you've seen our past videos where we have the utility building and the sawmill shed. And the grading that happened along with those, and it created this lower yard here. And the idea is the perimeter of this yard will be used for firewood and lumber storage. So this looks like about one of the easier spots to deal with. So I am going to, I'm probably gonna go skid steer first, but I may get the box blade up here as well and just get a nice spot there cleared off and leveled. All right, so it looks like we've got a spot graded out there. Next step is we're gonna place and level. It's gonna be a total of 3 railroad ties. We're gonna cut one in half, and so it'll be 8'6" plus a 4'3" piece on the end, and it'll be 2 of those in line parallel. So yeah, like I said, we're gonna cut one in half and then get all 4 pieces down to the spot we just graded out. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with this so far. Obviously we got one hump somewhere in here, so I'm gonna dig that out a little bit just so that guy will lay flat. But yeah, that makes a nice rectangle there, about 4 feet by 12'6", so looking good. All right, so they're not perfect, but they are pretty close. Got these guys leveled up, and we've got that long oak 12'6" that we stacked and stickered behind the barn previous video. So what I'd like to do is grab that, it's under a center pallet, and hopefully bring that down here and place it right here in the center, and hopefully everything will jive and line up, and that should be a nice starting point of this pile of lumber. So yeah, let me go grab that, and then we'll see how it sits on there. Okay, so I'm pretty pleased with that for now. I mean, everything looks pretty level. Got a good base there. A little steep on the approach right here, so grading wise, I may want to clean that up for long term for the future. But happy I was able to get that pile away from the back of the barn. That's definitely not a spot I would like to store lumber. So so far so good. One thing I do need to correct before I stop today is I actually have stickers under that middle pallet. And from where I brought this lumber from, they had stickers as well under each of the outside ones. So I'm gonna lift this thing back up and slide those stickers in. All right, so due to time constraints, I think that's probably going to be the end of action shots for this video. Kind of run out of time today. I'd need to get a few things moved here around the wood yard. We're getting big rain tomorrow. And like I said, it's a holiday season and we've got just a ton of things going on right now. And actually this video will air on Christmas Eve day. So Merry Christmas to everybody. I'm not quite sure how long this video will be, but we'll pick it up after the holidays. And we definitely need to get a new hat built for this guy. I've got good ideas on that. I think I can get started here between Christmas and New Year's, but I think that's gonna look really good. I'm happy with this so far. Is there room for improvement? Absolutely. If you can tell on equipment, I'm not the best guy as far as being an operator. I'm getting better, but lesson learned, definitely I would spend more time grading on the front end. I mean, really get it nice and flat before you even try to start moving the railroad ties. I feel like I was kind of fighting myself a little bit there and could have just probably saved myself some time by doing it right on the front end. So, but I'm happy. It's off the ground. It's ready to get air dried. We'll get a bigger hat for it so it'll be protected from the rain. And yeah, this is ready to go. So the game plan here is, like I said, to probably get ultimately 12 of these stations. And they're basically 4 feet wide, 4 feet tall, 12 foot 6 long. And let them air dry for 6 months. So once we get this up to the height of 4 feet, and I'll type it in here different because I think it's actually a little higher than that. But once we get to the height, boom, we'll kind of start the clock and let that air dry for 6 months so it tries to get equalized with the environment. And by then, hopefully we have a kiln system set up and ready to start drying these things. But yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and like I said, Merry Christmas. And we'll close out. I'll get Miss Carrie in here. We'll do a little clip just to wish everybody Merry Christmas and hopefully spread a little holiday cheer. Hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button, tell your mama, tell your friends, Merry Christmas, and not quite Happy New Year, but thank you guys for being here, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thank you. So I got Miss Carrie in this one. Merry Christmas, everybody from Sunshine Acres.
Merry Christmas.
Thank y'all for being here. It's been an excellent year, 2023, and we got big plans for 2024. So appreciate y'all's support, and we look forward to seeing you guys next year. Merry Christmas, everybody.